When watching Harry Potter, have you ever asked yourself a rather fascinating question? Why were Harry's parents so rich? We know they sacrificed themselves at the young age of 21, so where exactly did that massive fortune come from? First, we need to clarify one thing. Almost all of Harry's wealth came from the Potter family on his father's side. Lily Evans was Muggle-born. Her parents were just an ordinary British family with no ancient wizarding lineage or significant legacy to leave behind. Therefore, the origin of Harry's wealth must be traced back to the Potter ancestors. According to official lore, this story goes back to a 12th century wizard named Linfred of Stinchcombe, nicknamed the Potterer, who was the patriarch of the Potter line. He was an eccentric old man, dearly loved by his fellow villagers, and neighbors often sought him out for medical cures without ever realizing his magical medicines were actually potions. In the eyes of the public, he was just a kindly old man who enjoyed growing strange plants in his garden. However, few suspected that within his own home, he secretly created two masterpieces of the potion world, Skele-Gro and Pepper-Up Potion, remedies still in use during Harry's time and even featured in textbooks. However, the Potter fortune didn't stop with Linfred. Over the next few centuries, the family continued to flourish. They married neighbors, occasionally even Muggles, and built wealth through their own talents, with each generation adding to the family's foundation. Some Potters even made their way to London, and twice held seats in the Wizengamot, one of the most powerful bodies in the wizarding world. Notable among them was Ralston Potter, who served from 1612 to 1652, staunchly supporting the International Statute of Secrecy and opposing war with Muggles. Later came Henry Potter, who even went by the nickname Harry, and is considered an ancient namesake of Harry Potter himself. This shows that the Potter family not only knew how to make money, but also excelled in character and politics, allowing their reputation, social status, and wealth to accumulate continuously across generations without interruption. Until one generation, a true wealth accelerator appeared. Harry's grandfather, Fleamont Potter. Fleamont didn't just inherit the massive foundation of his ancestors. He personally quadrupled the family's fortune, thanks to another blockbuster product in the potion industry, Sleek Easy's hair potion. Its advertising slogan was truly magical. Just 2 drops could tame even the most stubborn hair, and we have all seen its actual effectiveness when Hermione's bushy hair was smoothed out for the Yule Ball. Thanks to that product, Fleamont took the Potter wealth to its peak, enough so that Harry would never have to worry about money for the rest of his life. Thus, Harry's mountain of gold was not a fluke. It was the result of over 300 years of industry accumulation. Beyond this explanation, however, there is another theory. After Harry's parents died, the money in his vault continued to grow. Why? Consider the context of that time. Voldemort had just been defeated, and the wizarding world finally breathed a sigh of relief after years of fear. Everyone knew Harry survived because his parents shielded him with their lives. The entire wizarding world was celebrating and felt immense gratitude. Imagine the image of a 1-year-old child, orphaned and raised by distant relatives, yet rumored to be the boy who lived. Amidst those emotions, it is highly likely that thousands, even tens of thousands of wizards voluntarily donated money to Harry. Not to show off or seek favors, but simply out of compassion, gratitude, and a desire to contribute. They couldn't bring his parents back, but they could ensure he would never have to worry about finances. This sounds perfectly reasonable. And don't forget a key point. The potions created by the Potter ancestors, like Skele-Gro, Pepper-Up Potion, and Sleek Easies, were still bestsellers in Harry's era, meaning the Potter estate received annual royalties. The more potions sold, the higher the gold piled up in Harry's vault. In other words, Harry's massive fortune is likely the result of 3 overlapping factors. Over 300 years of family accumulation, a wave of social gratitude following Voldemort's fall, and a steady stream of royalties from top-selling potions. We arrive at a more important question. Why did J.K. Rowling write Harry as a wealthy heir? Rowling herself once explained this directly. When asked why Harry always had money and if there was a secret to it, she answered simply, Harry's money came from his father's side, a fact readers already know. But the true focus lies elsewhere. She stated that in the story, Harry's money isn't actually that important, other than helping him buy clothes, books, and basic needs. She made Harry very rich because when she wrote the first book, she herself was extremely poor. It was a projection of hope for a future where one no longer had to worry about money. At that time, Rowling had no publisher, no income, was raising her child alone on social benefits, and saw no clear path forward. In those circumstances, she let her protagonist become a wizard boy with an inexhaustible supply of money. In a way, it was a dream and a comfort she gave to herself. And then, as we all know, she wrote that dream into reality.